Hello and welcome back to another video. Well, it's been a strange couple of weeks. Firstly, it's hardly ever stopped raining and both myself and Kim have been full of cold. Add to that the car going in for its MOT, and so I've not been able to get out travelling. However, I do have big plans to get out on a bit of a tour soon, so watch out for future vlogs. I often get asked to explain my car camping, so I thought I'd use this week's vlog to clear it all up once and for all. So for all you other car campers out there who, like me, find themselves having to explain all this, and all you newbies, tent campers, mobile home and static van owners, hell even those who stay in hotels and B&Bs, this is for you. Firstly, we all need to get out there, enjoy the world around us, take a break, take in some fresh air and recharge. But not everything is to everyone's tastes or pocket. Some wouldn't dream of going anywhere but in a hotel and would never ever consider sleeping in a tent. But it's each to his own, I guess. Now I'd guess that car or micro camping is more the lower end of the camping market, but it is growing in popularity for lots of reasons, and there are now lots of businesses popping up to cater for this new market. Tents are perhaps the most accessible form of camping. Small tents can be carried on your backpack or attached to your bike and suit the more adventurous of us. They can be erected almost everywhere from up a mountain to the beach and are cheap to buy. Holiday homes. Who wouldn't want their very own holiday home? No, not a rose cottage by the sea. I'm talking about these holiday homes, based on what we used to call static caravans. They're usually located on sites in popular pretty places, such as next to the sea. They are great. I've stayed in a few, and people love them, with some families owning vans on the same site for generations, often with the same pitch being passed down through the family. Okay, they're not particularly cheap, and indeed some are very expensive and very luxurious. They are viewed by many as their home from home. But I've already used the term static, and I like to travel. Well, as you can see, it's back to raining again. Yes, travel. I like to move it. So that leaves caravans, mobile homes and of course campervans. All fantastic ways to travel and get away from it all. And each with a fair list of very positive factors. Caravans. Yes, I've had one of those as well. Caravans come along in all shapes and sizes with styles to suit everybody. They offer a similar high degree of luxury to the holiday homes, and modern materials have meant that they are lighter than their predecessors. They can be quite large and very roomy, but with the advantage of mobility. Some can be more expensive than the holiday homes, and you need a big car to tow them. Some people are also very nervous about towing, and after watching some people try to back them onto pitches, some shouldn't be trying. Saying that, once you arrive on site, it can take moments to be inside, out of the weather and enjoying a cup of tea, perhaps watching people put up their tents out of the window. You can also park them up and then go explore locally in your car. You also have the small issue of finding somewhere to park them up and store them when you aren't enjoying your trips away. Motorhomes are, in my view, very similar to caravans in many aspects. I've got to admit I've never owned one of these. They are fantastic inside, just like the caravans, only you don't have to tow them. They can be a little more expensive to buy, tax and insure than the caravans, and they can be very heavy on fuel. And due to their size, some drivers find them very daunting. Again, few tend to use them as their daily car, so like caravans, they have to be parked up somewhere when not in use. There's also the little matter that once on the pitch you're probably stuck there. Unless of course you have one of these. Campervans are the little brother of the mobile home, usually a bit cheaper but incredibly well equipped. They do vary a great deal in shape and price, and are not as roomy on the inside as the mobile homes. But being somewhere nearer the size of the car, they are much easier to drive and park up. We had a VW for years and loved it. Though obviously you can buy them built and fully equipped, many people, like micro campers, prefer to convert a van themselves. They are as manoeuvrable as a car and you will have no trouble on narrow country lanes. Now, before we finally arrive at car, or should I say micro campers, many people drive to campsites and erect a tent, and some people do a mixture of car camping and tenting, if that's a word. There's also the recent arrival on the market of roof tents. Though many years ago I will admit to a bit of an experiment of erecting a tent on the roof rack of my Land Rover, with great results I must say. However, I'm not going into the subject of roof tents just now, as I've not yet had a night in one, and so I will be looking forward into filming that experience sometime in the future. Right, so back on subject. I'm sure a lot of us have over the years ended up sleeping in our cars, if only for a night. It could have been due to a breakdown, maybe to rest on a journey, or as a result of being unable to sleep in your tent for whatever reason. Tents can sure be noisy in a storm. Hell, maybe your tent blew away. I've done it on occasions and in different vehicles over the years, with various degrees of success. As to be fair, not all cars have lent themselves to a good night's sleep. It's only really recently that cars have been really big and comfortable enough to allow for this. Seats now fold down or roll back, and it's great to have enough legroom. Although some people do manage to lay out in a normal family car, an estate car, a van, or the hybrid that is the MPV or multi-purpose vehicle tend to make a better camper. I don't know who first coined the phrase microcamper, but it tends to refer to those car campers who have gone that little extra mile to further adapt their vehicles for their camping exploits. Some just pull out or fold down the seats and throw in a mattress or an airbed, whilst others, like myself, have enjoyed the building process. Many have shelled out on a full rebuild kit, complete with those stickers that make it unmistakably a camper. I personally do prefer the self-build, but like to leave the outside of my vehicle looking standard so that it blends in with the other cars on the street, for those very odd occasions when I can't find a campsite. This might become useful in the future though, as national parks and councils up and down the country seem hell-bent on introducing a tourism tax. Okay, I do tend to favour vans and MPVs over cars, as it can be obvious if you are sleeping in your car on a car park or street with all that tin foil in the windows. Also, my circumstances mean I still have to keep it as the family car, but sometimes use it as a van before flipping it into a camper. Yep, it started to rain again. So let's review the advantages and disadvantages of micro or car camping. I think I'll point out the negative aspects first. There are but a few, but they do need mentioning. Space is always at a premium with small vehicles, and so it pays to be well organised and minimalist. And without add-ons, tents, awnings, etc., you aren't going to have a van that will allow you to sleep more than 2 people, unless you get very lucky. On the positive side, they are great for exploring, as you can go anywhere. They are cheap to run, tax and insure, convenient in that you can go off at the drop of a hat. Camping site costs are low and even cheaper in stealth mode. Vehicles aren't even expensive to adapt. They can be used all year round, whatever the weather, and can provide you with a good, quiet, restful night's sleep. They are great for the adventurous and solo camper, both for young people starting out or people like me, young at heart. Well, we're coming to the end of this week's video. I hope you found it interesting, as I'm all about promoting the positive aspects of car microcamping. I want people to get out there and enjoy themselves. We live in a beautiful world even when it's raining, and for the most part it's all free. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like, share and comment. I love to hear from you all. Hopefully in the next video I will be out and about taking a trip up north. Road trip. Videos are posted every 2 weeks at 6 p.m. on a Friday, so make a note in your diaries, and bye for now.